So nice.
Hello there.
Hello, everybody. It's a EU friendly stream, and then also it's like a bonus stream because we're gonna be streaming still later on, anyways. So I got sent this board, and low key, it is just so cool that I wanted to make some time to do it. It's actually pretty cool. I think I showed you guys before, but. It's like that really long minimal board with the big knob. I think it's called the Aquila. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Aquila? Hopefully. Hi though everyone. Seabass, thank you so much for the tier 1 for 9 months, dude. Thank you. Imagine have been binging Teja because I've watched Alex Oto's content. Oh my god, you've watched it all? Yeah, this week here has been mostly client builds. Not gonna lie, this might be the only build that, this and yesterday might be the only build that is a little bit, prototype or like new boards, but it's been mostly client stuff. Filipino friendly stream. What's going on, Utoy? What the freaking heck? So early? We're still gonna stream at 7. This is just an extra stream, just so everyone's aware. Let me put that in the title or something. Did I even change the title name? I hope I did. Extra stream. There. I don't know if I did before. You should drink some tequila. Dude, I hate tequila. I'm not really big on alcohol, guys. I can drink alcohol, like, no issue, but I also really don't like alcohol. Man, thank you for the stream, Alex. I've re-injured my knee. Oh, man, that sucks. Joint injuries are actually awful. Fits your DGen hours? What time is it there? I've been really enjoying this desk pad. I think this might be like a keeper for a little bit on the desk. It's rare that I enjoy a desk pad these days, but it's something about the texture. Here, I'm gonna show you guys. The texture of this desk pad is actually pretty sick. Alex, dude, you gotta let me know which number you get. You gotta let me know. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do too, just so it feels a little bit more like fun vibes in here. Well, let's turn on our little projector and get some window blinds kinda in the picture here, in the frame.
Can't wait for the QK75 to go to the sim racing rig.
Also, Act, thank you so much for the Prime. Can't wait for the QK75. Gonna go to the sim racing rig. Ooh, I've always wanted to build my dad one of those. They seem kind of tough to build though. Always kind of wanted to do that. What upcoming keyboards am I most excited for?
Hello, fellas.
Hey, thank you, dude, Ver. Thank you so much. Appreciate the 6 months. Also, Krob, thank you so much for 26, bro. Upcoming keyboards I'm looking forward to. There's a few. Some I can't tell you guys. I think, does Derivative count even though it's already come out technically? But there is a few that I am very excited for. There's actually one that I'm going to be building soon that, I don't know, I just think kind of looks cool. I'm not sure how it's going to perform or anything, but it's called the Sin 65 or something. That looks pretty cool. But yeah, there's definitely a few. Alex, give me Suisse Raffles buff, but I can't get a W. When's the raffle for that even come up? Type K, I'm definitely interested in. Alex, how are you relubing the Obscuras? The Otoscuras, I like the name of that. That's cool. All right, Kenny. Same as I always do. Just extremely light coat because they already have some lube on them. So you don't need to go too heavy or else it's just going to end up piling on too much lube. Realistically, you can even just dry brush and then just move around the lube. So you say starts Sunday? Oh man, that's going to be awesome. Okay, I'm going to show you guys this board. Yeah, I haven't really, today was just I don't know if you guys saw the announcement on Novel Keys. September 1st, gonna be a little Kaiju round 2, or Kaiju part 2, as we're calling it. Don't know if you guys saw that. Little insider info. Stay tuned for tomorrow. There's gonna be another announcement regarding the Kaiju set. So watch Instagram for Novel Keys, or watch Novel Keys Instagram tomorrow. All right, here's the board. Here's the board, by the way. I think my camera is tilted a little bit, by the way. I don't know how that happened. feels like it's... Did I like move it by accident? I think I nudged it by accident. Oh well, it's okay. Rare midday stream? Yeah, dude. Play, what's going on, man? Happy to see you here. Dude, Ivan Vex, thank you so much for 6 months, man.
Got my Elder's Envoy last night. Congrats again.
What number did you get?
To build it this weekend.
No one's got 222 yet. In stock Kaiju drop? No, it won't be in stock. It is gonna be GMK, so it's gonna be typical GMK stuff. What's up, Soren? How you doing, man? All right, this is called the Aquila. Really quick, let's take a look at this. This is the Aquila. We got some Owl Lab stabs in here. I'm not too sure if this will come with stabilizers. Didn't say. I broke the packaging, so my bad on that. Little guide that also comes with this. Kindle Star, Billy stuff. Pretty sure there's already been some content with this. So judging by us getting these little spacers here for the stabilizers, looks like this might be a thin PCB. Honestly, I'm not too concerned. I think this is more just a keyboard to have some fun with, but I mean, we'll see. So 1.2 mil, and then it looks like some gasket socks. Also, is this Bluetooth? I'm not sure. I am honestly not sure if this is Bluetooth. That looks like a Bluetooth dongle. Comes with some foam. Oh! What? Dude, I am like loving all the Bluetooth stuff we're getting lately. Okay, Bluetooth. This keyboard is a 50% bezel. Okay, I'm gonna take off this this tape and all this junk over here so we can actually look at the keyboard. Ooh, the foam deteriorated inside here, so it's like the foam of the hard shell, I guess. So we'll have to clean it up a little bit. It's okay. Let me see if I can just like carefully remove this. Carefully. Okay. Get this foam out of here. This is fun. This is fun. I don't care what anyone says. This is totally fun. I am very into this. It's got some glue residue from the tape. I don't like their packaging for this. Tell you that much. And yeah, we got some... looks like some very minor flex cuts. I'm not too concerned about that. Looks like we still should get like a decent sound profile off of this. Let's see. Yeah, like one baby flex cut in the bottom right corner, which quite frankly I don't understand, but you know what? Oh, and this little baby one right over here. Nice PCB too. Okay, so good PCB. Oh, hot swap. I don't have to solder today? Nice. I'm actually more pumped up that this offers... Oh, can I build this plateless then? Wait. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't look too much at the group buy. This was just sent to me. This is sent to me by Key Spencer, which are some friends of mine in the hobby. I didn't really take too much of a peek at the details, but oh hey, that's pretty cool. Maybe we'll build this plate. Actually, no, it's hot swap. Darn it. Nah, I don't think I'm gonna go plateless or on a hot swap. Cool though. And we got this giant ass knob on this. This is kind of ridiculous. I like this though. Hey, I'm into this, man. I'm low-key into this. Dented or smooth knob. This is just a very, very smooth. Actually, this has a feels like a bit of a step when rotating it. Like it has like a bit of a stepped rotate. But what do you guys think? Like, honest, I'm not saying would you buy it. I'm just saying visually, is this cool to you guys? I think this is neat. Again, this was just sent to me not too long ago, and then Frether asked if I could. It does look like there's some ano blotches on the inside here and there, but I'm not too sure if that's just the prototype. Visually, yes. Would I buy? No. Yeah. It's very interesting. Yeah, I think this might be a tough buy for some people, but it's cool looking. I'm into it. This is neat. Very, very simple. Keeps very simple lines just about everywhere. There's some glue residue from the tape they had. I'll have to get that out of... yeah, I'm making it worse. I'll do it later. I'll get that off afterwards. You know, I don't even know the cost. Let me find out for you guys. I think Feather might have told me. Hold on, let me see if I can go to our conversation. $299. That's not bad. Like for something different. $299, Bluetooth, 2.5 kilograms. It says has RGB backlighting, VIA support, battery, a 4,000 milliamp battery. That's not bad. Hot swap, which to each their own with hot swap. I guess you could technically build it plateless. I don't know if there's going to be a solderable version. That's not terrible. This is when I saw this, honestly, when it came through the door, and if you get this hard shell, like this hard carrying case for it too, that's not bad. Good value there. I thought this was going to be like $450. I'm not going to lie, and I thought this was going to be kind of a flop at $450, but this is not bad at all. I wonder how well the Bluetooth performs. Visually, it looks so ridiculous, like me standing it up like this, by the way, as you can see. If you type in ! build, it should pop up. Visually, box on wedge style. Bottom has this really interesting texture with it's not really a weight, but more of a badge on the bottom. And then we have some feet. Very simple. Not really a recessed USB-C cable, but it kind of gets hidden underneath the, bless you, it kind of gets, sorry, someone sneezed. It kind of gets hidden over here. Pretty nice, pretty nice. Why the hell is it named Aquila and not Little Table? True. That's cool. I appreciate this. Oh, there's two different plates. What's on these plates? Are these the Bluetooth modules on the plate? I kind of want to use FR4 though. What do you guys want to see today? FR4 or Palm? What is this? I'm honestly not sure what this is. So nice. Oh, is this the antenna for the Bluetooth? I see. Because otherwise the Bluetooth, it's all aluminum. Remember I said I don't know how the Bluetooth's gonna work? Interesting. That makes sense. Bluetooth antenna to prevent interference from the huge slab. That makes sense. I can't say I've ever seen that before. I really can't say. Also, Sal, thank you so much for the tier 1 for 4 months, bro. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I guess you kind of need the plate then. Yeah, it's an antenna on the plate. I mean, I'm not gonna say it's a smart workaround, but it's definitely an interesting workaround. Yeah, well, this one here has it too. Interesting. Dude, they're doing so much construction outside. I was like hesitant to go live right now because I'm like, dude, they're doing so much construction. Is the Palm warped? It's a little bent, but I mean, that'll fix itself up. I don't know, I think I want to use FR4 today. I think that'll sound nicer. And then we're using some Geon Blacks today. Some Geon X, I guess they're the X Hamu ones. You guys can't hear it? That's good. Because it's pretty loud. They're like drilling something in the floor on the street. I swear to God, it's like every day they're doing different construction in Toronto. So we got the battery that plugs into there. This is for, there's a lot. I guess the knob has its own, yeah, the knob has its own daughter board, which means this plugs into the knob, this plugs into here. Well, I appreciate they're not ribbon cables though. That I can appreciate. Melik
just got my AutoZen voice pump to build it.
What number did you get? What number? Yeah, these switches are nice. This keyboard's, I did re-lube them. They did come with some stock lube, these Geon switches, but I did re-lube them. Well, let's start with our stabs then. Oh, not this again. I have the new cam link. Actually, no, it hasn't come in yet. Well, it did. I just haven't picked it up. I have to go grab it from downstairs. But it is here. I just need to plug it in. The cam link, if you guys don't know, it's... Okay, just making sure everything works. My cam link is dead. It's not my camera, it's just my cam link. I feel like your Discord has chilled out ever since your vent. Yes. Dude, I'm gonna keep it a buck because I'm just think honesty and transparency is good. There were some I feel like, again, this has been like every Discord, and I'm not to harp on this situation too much. You got 97, nice. But I do feel like every Discord, including our own, that's why I made the speech that I did. You got banned? No, you didn't. Stop. Every Discord has been a little bit, I don't know, in everyone's face with everything. Like everyone seems like they've been having attitude problems in like every other Discord. Like there's just a few people who are just very elitist, and I'm not here for it. So I had to put Alex, just an update on Serpent Keys. They're fine. I've ordered twice, no issues. Perfect. I had to put a stop to it. And I was just like, listen, I'm tired of this, guys. Cut it out. Bro, what is that board? Isn't this sick? I don't know what switches we'll use for this today. How on earth do I take these out? Does this just pop out? Oh, interesting. Okay, so I don't know if these are... These look like updated Owl Lab stabs. The clip-ins on the front now. So it pushes in from the front instead of being like
Love
angled
you, bro.
in.
Heart.
Thank you, Metal. Appreciate the prime. Interesting. These are the new stabs Taya checked out. So instead of pulling up, you would push out. Send me a keyboard. I'll promise I'll take care of it. Not that I don't want to send anyone a keyboard. So nice. I just don't like people who do that. It wasn't even phrased as a question. It wasn't, hey, can you? It was just, do this action. And I'm not going to lie, guys. I think it's just me. I have an attitude with that. I don't like being told what to fucking do. I do not like it. It just triggers something inside me. I prefer kindness and just like, if we're friends, then sure. But like, I prefer like proper questions, stuff like that. Alex, send me a portfolio. Yeah, I know. No, I'm 25. We're different though. We're different. Just joined. What the hell am I looking at? A table. I'm pretty sure this is a table. Send me kisses. I got you, Karan. I have a question about a PCB. Tell me. Go for it. Maybe I can answer. Hey, be a nice, handsome guy. Love you, Alex. Love you guys. Is there a Susie rerun? Apparently it's Sunday. Apparently that's the official day for it. If you were curious. Look how cute this little box is. What a cute little box. What a pointless little box. Truly a pointless box. Oh god, hiccups. Let me grab my little tweezers to push the baggie out. Yeah, surprise stream today. Thank you, Zeal.
Hi.
Thank you so much for the tier 1 for 22 months. What a cute little box. I had a switch that was double pressing, so I desoldered the switch and replaced it, and now it's not working at all. Do you think it's the... Ooh. It could be the PCB. Have you tried desoldering the switch and then testing the sockets with the tweezer? Is it still doing it when you try it with the tweezer? If so, it could be the PCB. Perhaps it's just something to do with the diodes, something like that. But it could be. It could be. First time ever I catch one of your streams live. Surprise stream. Oh my God. Thank you, Jay. I appreciate you being here. Have a great day, okay? It's Friday, baby. What's up, Dane? How you doing, bro? All right, let's lube some switches here. This lube's almost done. I can't find... I had a Mechland glass bottle, which I much preferred, and I put it down the other day. But I don't know where I put it. And it was literally brand new lube. I don't think I threw it out by accident. You know what I think I did? I think I put it back in my lap, not my lap, but like my little lube lab type thing. Any advice on TX AP stabs? Just lube them very lightly and then add more as you go. That's all. Very, very light coats on those guys. They're not really, they don't really take too well to lube. I don't know. You just got to be very careful and just do it very slowly. Compliment for Smarter. Hey, Smarter, you know what would make me smarter? A few hugs from you. I hope you're having a great day, Smarter, all right? I don't know why that would affect my intelligence, but it would, man. Ben, thank you so much for the Prime. Say less? All right, let's lube some of these guys up. I have AP stabs right now, and I really like them. It's a very opinionated thing here, guys. TX stabs, I think when they work, they slap. Like they work well. I think this needs to be said with stabs too. When I say they slap, I mean they work. All right. I'm not gonna sit here and bullshit you guys and pretend like there's big differences between all of these stabilizers. Sometimes I don't if you were to give me a set of cherry stabs versus Duroc versus C3 and you were to tell me which one's which, I may be able to pick out the cherry ones. That's it. If you do a stab right, you shouldn't notice a sound difference or feeling difference. You shouldn't. I've built so many keyboards and I just always forget which ones I use. With that being said, cherry does have like a little bit of a distinct kind of scratchy sound that they have with their plastic, I suppose. But if you lube your stab right, you should not notice a difference. And perhaps the QMX stabs, because they're a little quieter, I've noticed. They're not quite as like loud, but stabs have so much batch variance that you can get a banger set. Yes, exactly. Cherry's consistent and cheap. Yes, that's exactly my thing with TX. TX, I've had way too many experiences, even on their latest, the AP ones, that I have not really cared for. So I've been avoiding using TX stuff for personal builds. And then I've been very careful and cautious using TX for clients. In fact, I think on a total of 3 client boards so far using TX AP, I've had to swap out one of the stabilizers to a cherry housing, simply because the TX housing was not working. Should I use long pull stabs with my? You don't have to, Juice. You don't have to use long pull stabs with the Obscuras. I didn't. I just used the standard stuff. TX stab to me is pretty bulletproof as long as you balance the wire. Yeah, if you're getting good results, keep doing what you guys are doing, right? I'm just telling you, I'm sharing my experiences with you guys. Doesn't mean it has to be 100% true to everybody, but to my experience, I've had a few bad batches that have kind of made me go, well, I don't like using these things. Sorry to bother you, Alex. How well does your switch opener work on the bigger mold switches like CK Hamos? Dude, it's funny that you mentioned that. On the Hamo switches and some of some of the switch housings, it gets stuck in the bottom, and I kind of have to grab a tweezer sometimes and like wedge it out. Not a big deal, but I'm still gonna say though, out of all the switch openers I've used, this is still my go-to. This Ilum KB one has been perfect for me. It's the only one I use these days. Alex, give me the inside scoop on my Envoy will ship. Dane. I have no idea. I mean, I think they're doing a pretty good job shipping out boards. People got their Alex Otos Envoy collab units within 24 hours. So I think they're doing batches like pretty quick. TX stab for 1.2 mil PCB, not that great. Have I used a 1.2 mil one? Got it pretty much overnight. Yeah. Probably no Modus crazy fast at shipping. Yeah, they really took care of that. Like, I was so happy with that, man. Really made me smile to see that people were getting them that quickly, dude. Has anybody ever used Everglide Panda V3 plate mounts? I can't say I have. Man, I'm more disappointed that I couldn't get your Envoy now that NK just announced Kaiju Round 2. I know, dude. It's the perfect pairing, Oak. The perfect pairing. Yes, another Alex stream. I can't wait to see you and smile from cheek to cheek, you sexy MF. I want to squeeze your cheeks. Hey guys, I want you to realize that where Burbs lives, it's not even 12 o'clock yet. I want you guys to realize that, all right? And I just got, damn, I'm kind of blushing, I'm not gonna lie. God damn. Oh man. Never too early to be spicy. 10:45 a.m. Oh yeah, it's only 10:45 there, right? Damn, that's so early, Burbs. Are you at work or something? How you doing, sexy man? Via, how you doing? We're in the mood to kiss Alex. Time doesn't matter. God damn. Burbs demon hours, 12 a.m. to 12 p.m. It's so true, man. Burbs has demon hours the moment he wakes up, and it doesn't even stop when he goes to bed. He just lives in demon hours. I'm work from home today. Bless up. Hey, yo, Burbs, you know what we gotta do later? A round or two of TFT, my guy. How fast did the Envoy sell out? The Alex Odos collab sold out in 9 minutes, which I am still completely blown away by. 9 minutes. The first version of 1.2 TX stabs have been fine for me so far. Yeah, I still don't really understand why TX did revisions to their stab models when I feel like the TX revision 2s were like picture perfect. Have a fun build, take care. Bye, Soran. Love you, Soran. Do cherry clip-ins have a 7U version? They do. Cherry clip-ins, I usually only buy in 7U these days because I have so many spare 6.25U wires that I've been just relying on those. But you can buy 7U wires for cherry clip-ins. Nice desk pad. Thank you. I appreciate that. Damn, Alex, you dropped this surprise stream. Was having a shitty morning? Bro, I'm glad that we're here hanging out now. Your hotness is making the day better? What the? It's because the boys got you, Alex? God damn, guys. Actually, I was gonna really quickly run out and... There's pigeons on my balcony. Why are there pigeons on my balcony? So nice.
Hello. I am watching there? While at work, which makes it difficult because it's getting steamy in my cubicle.
What the?
Appreciate you, big man.
Yeah. Dude, they're government drones just staring in. What are they doing? Pigeons are so interesting. I really like birds of all kinds, by the way. There's not like a single bird that I don't like. I don't know. I just like watching nature stuff too. Like, it seems ridiculous, but like even just watching pigeons is kind of fun. Not gonna lie. I don't know what it is. But thank you. I appreciate you, Chris. Dude, getting hot in the cubicle? Let's go, bro. Geese? Living downtown now, I don't really see many geese. When I was living not downtown, you see them everywhere. But down here, you don't really see them. Have you befriended any crows? Can't say that I have. The I love you still wallpaper is my favorite. That was a cute picture. When I saw that, I had to stop and take a photo. That was, I don't know. Kind of just like such a cute environment for that too. You are required by law to shake your fist at pigeons. Are they still there? It's so weird. They're just kind of there. You know what's really annoying? If they poop on the rail. That's what's really annoying. I hope they don't. Because then I need to clean that. Lunchtime stream? Geo. What's going on, dude? Board number 66? Oh, God. So close to 69. Hey, Alex. Haywood. Haywood. What's Haywood mean? Crows are better than pigeons. In a vacuum, what would you say I'd be more happy with? A frog TKL or a sonnet? Probably sonnet. I have a bias with the frog TKL. I do not like the majority of frog TKL's bottom rows that I've ever used. Some people love it. Some people don't like it. I'm not a... no, not the bias. I say I'm biased towards the sonnet. Yeah, I'm not really too keen on... Yeah, I'm just not too keen on the frog bottom row. It's okay. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. Small Eagle, thank you so much for the prime. So nice.
Hey Alex, well I'm pumped for my envoy to get here today. Hoping for number 69.
Hey, we're going to be streaming again later, so if you guys are building your envoys tonight, we can all sit down and build a keyboard tonight and do the envoy too. Well, you guys can do your envoy. I only have one PCB left for the envoys. I'm building mine tonight. Wait, did you get yours, Gia? Or Geoff? Gia, we need an Alex Oto 60. A 60 would be cool. 60 is still one of my favorite layouts, so. I like really small keyboards, but not too small because I can't use a 45. You should do a video or stream reacting to everyone's Envoy sound tests. That would be cute. I'd be super down to do something like that. Maybe we can coordinate that then. Mine is built, probably going to change out the keycaps. Yeah, I saw some people experimenting with keycaps. Some looked really cool. Seems like a lot of people are trying to order Kaiju and stuff like that too. I haven't seen anyone with the little drawings you mentioned. There's been one. There has been one with a smiley face. It was only smiley faces. The only one that doesn't have a smiley face is number 222. That one there has a heart, and then it also has like a sentence that I wrote on the back or something. That's really it. But there's like 14 that have smiley faces. 69? You know, I was going to put something stupid on 69, but then I thought about it and I was like, nah, let's not do it. I don't think I did anything on 69. I don't think I did. Making your own, designing your own keyboard, maybe co-op. So I have always thought about doing something like that. The thing is, I don't even know where to begin. Like, I have so many ideas in my head, and until something really like pops out in my head that I'm like, yes, I must do this. That's the thing, right? Like, I haven't really had that like eureka moment yet. The fact that people are wanting to put Kaiju when I was one of the fighters for it is a real legacy. Seth, Kaiju was such a good decision to make. I remember you fighting for it. What's up, Testy? How you doing, man? I'm getting your signature and the number in my weight. Really? Wait, really? That'd be really cool. That is pretty darn cool. Do a JJW collab? Perhaps I could sit down with Justin one day. But again, I kind of want to have like a eureka moment. Because like, I don't want to say too much. Because I feel like I don't want to like promise you guys anything. I've had some cool ideas for things. But nothing that I think is going to be like game changing. You know? I want to do a retro futuristic board with auto paint finish. I think TKC was doing like auto paint finishes at one point. Promise me the world, Alex. Look in my eyes. Burbs, if I look in your eyes too long though, man, I might squeal like a kid. Like I might have to walk away for a second to cool down, if you know what I mean, Burbs. You have the momentum. Now would be a great time to design something for GB. I wouldn't want to do GB though. you guys know, like, it's not that I don't like the group buy model. I just think that I would have more fun doing something in stock. Let's see, do these clip in nice, or do I gotta like hold it and flip it around? Also, will I need those risers for the... We'll see, we'll see. Let's see if I can get away with just using a washer. Also, let me know if the music's too loud today. I feel like it might be a hair too loud, but it's okay if it is. We're just kind of vibing today. Where did I put that little screw bag? Oh, right here. Alex, what do you think of the massive knob? I honestly like this. This is a fun design. I'm here for it. Sign My Space 55 is one of my greatest and most prized possessions. Oak. This definitely feels like Friday vibe stream. It totally is Friday. Like, I am here for just a chill day today. Tonight's stream is gonna be super chill. We're doing a client build. Overall, very relaxing day. Let's see. Nope, we are good. We don't have to use the washers or the riser for it. We are good. Alex, what is it like being the cutest oh my god, patutist cutie on earth? Don't talk about yourself like that. Funky Friday Keebs. I don't know, I vibe with stuff like this. Like, I think this kind of stuff's really cool. That was actually easier than I thought it was going to be. I thought this would cause a little bit of... Oh, I do need all the stabs. Hold on, I need to lube the last one. I didn't realize I needed all of them. I thought this could be a split shift, but it's not a split shift. It's full. Interesting. Interesting. This top-down view tickles my brain in a good way. Does it? I think it's the I added, if you guys didn't notice, I added a little bit of grain. So I've been shooting a lot with my Leica camera, and the Leica camera has, it's something I can't simulate too much in the Fuji camera, but it has a very particular type of grain when you take pictures. And I've been absolutely loving it. So what I did was I made this animation. I shot some photos on like a blank canvas basically. And I made an animation of all the grain. So I don't know if you guys can really notice, but I put some grain basically on the video because the Fuji camera on video mode doesn't really allow like nice grain. But I have been really enjoying like that whole aesthetic of it. I was wondering. Grain is kind of hard with video compression though, which I'm totally fine with. I think it's more just for me too. But yeah, I've been really vibing with it, and I've also, man, this is a fun talk for me, but I've also been really liking photos that aren't 100% technically sharp. So I've actually been softening a lot of my photos lately, both on my Fuji system and the Leica system. Actually, the Leica is a little easier because the Leica is all manual, so 90% of the time it's not 100% like in focus. But I think this really solidifies the idea of why I didn't like my Sony camera, because I felt the Sony camera was just too technical. Like, it was too sharp, it was too technical, it was just too digital feeling. And there was something uncanny about it to me. Like, it didn't feel like art. It just kind of felt like a still frame that I have taken out in the world, and this is what you get. But yeah. Overlaying grain effects, so many aspects of the image. I can notice more on the color contrast of the image. Do you like it though? Way too lucky? Nord, like a camera, more like me like a you baby. Nord, that was smooth, bro. I'm not even gonna lie, man. Thanks, dude. I appreciate that though, man. God damn. That was smooth AF. This board is so crazy. Yeah, it's an interesting board. Thank you though, Nord. I really appreciate it, man. Makes photos imperfect, which is incredibly awesome. I just think there's more character to it. And okay, I will say this though. I don't go out of my way. Like, I'm not like in post making photos look like film on purpose all the time. But like, I'll take some extra steps to not make my photos extra perfect. Like, you know what? For most of my keyboard photography, unless the client needs product shots that are meant for product use, if they want something more creative, I don't even use a tripod anymore. Everything's handheld. And if there happens to be a slight bit of motion blur, I've been kind of liking that now. Like, I've been liking the imperfect photos. It just feels more artistic to me, which has definitely been my style. But color-wise, I still like my standard colors. I think I've been leaning more to a warmer palette these days. But that's always up in the air for me. Where did I put my dielectric grease? I'm using Campfire Andromedas. Oh, there you go. Seabass already answered. I finally realized why photographers tell you to not crop. What do you mean, way too lucky? I crop a lot. I'm not gonna lie. Like, sometimes I'll shoot knowing that I'm gonna crop. But I try not to shoot that way, but sometimes I have to, depending on what I have. Have you trained panning shots? Do you mean like, do I know how to do them? I used to do them all the time when I shot fitness photography. But I haven't really never used them for keyboards. I don't think there would be a use case for keyboards. I'm not too sure if there would be. Any tips for new street photographers? Ooh, so nice. Pander, thank you so much.
You can crop me any day of the week.
Damn, Pander, what's going on, bro? For street photography. Okay, there's 2 tips I can give you. Confidence. You gotta just take the photo. And this is something I tell a lot of people. If you want to take a photo of someone, just take the picture. If you want to look somewhere and take a photo, don't worry about people. Like, dude, I've taken street photography back in the day. I was so into it. And then I recently got into it again. I was a little nervous to start again. Nobody cares that you're taking pictures. At least here in Toronto, absolutely 0 people give a shit about you pointing a camera and they happen to be in a frame. Nobody cares. So once I realized that, like, oh, truly nobody cares, I was just able to take photos of people outside and stuff like that. It's been pretty easy. Another tip I can give you, if you're really still nervous about it, because everyone has different anxiety levels. Another tip I can give you, just take out, I know a lot of people recommend 35 mil. Bring out a 90, bring out a 75. Bring something a little longer outside and then take photos that way. You'd be surprised on the photos that you can grab when you're not feeling too nervous because you're giving yourself some space between you and your subjects. Can I take a picture of you? Of course. Damn, why is everyone being flirty today? Did I see Tim's name? Just grab them by their balls? Yeah, Tim, this is how you get arrested in public. This is bad advice from Tim. I would love a Rico. Ricos are nice too. Also, another tip I can tell you, I see a lot of photographers do this. I'm gonna tell you guys right now. Don't deck out your camera with the small rig gear, and you don't need like the 17 fucking attachments on your camera, all right? I'm sorry, and I'm sorry if this like directly conflicts with someone's style of how they like bringing out their stuff. You don't need all that junk on your camera. In fact, more people are more intimidated by when your camera looks like it's a giant like machine beast than just bringing out a normal camera. You don't need all the gear on your camera. I see so many guys just get like so into decking out their camera with small rig gear for absolutely 0 reason. That also intimidates a lot of people on the street too. Finally managed to watch one of your streams. What's up, Cubic? How you doing, man? Also, Tim, what are you doing today? Oh, man. See, this is the one thing. Let me do this. Hold on. I kind of like when the stabs clip in nicer, because else I can't really flip over these. They tend to just fall out immediately. Cleaning the house? Well, I'm gonna stream and then I might run an errand really quickly and then I'm gonna stream again. Tim, are you streaming today? Waiting for your stream, bro. Rangefinders are peak street photography. Some people don't love the extra work of a rangefinder. I always wondered this. Why do you have a camera on the right side looking on to the right? Wouldn't you want the camera on the left side? I have no space on that side. Who's Bunny? I used to have it on the left and it looks awesome because like you get the nice shadows on the left and stuff, but I physically can't put the camera there. There's no room for it. It does not fit anywhere. And because this is has a stupid, this room is dumb. This room has a sliding door. No, I mean on the stream, dog? Oh. Well, I thought you meant this camera. I hate the camera on this side, by the way. If you guys are wondering, do not like it. But why is it on the right side? Wait, why wouldn't I want it on the right? Was there a reason? Should I switch it? Oops. Is this better? It feels weird now. Does this feel weird? Try it dead center. Should I just stream like this from now on? But no, I really want to move this camera, the side camera, to the left side, but I have no room in this room, unfortunately. You're making me blush? Full screen Alex? I do full screen sometimes, but then there's no keyboard. Then we don't get a keyboard. Also, Cubic said, I finally managed to watch one of your streams. Thank you, Cubic. And then I believe there was another question. I submitted your contact form last week, but didn't hear back. Cubic, send another one because I've answered, as of this morning, I answered everything. Sometimes this happens. I've like tried being in contact with my my mailbox provider thing, like the place I'm on for my hosting. They told me it just happens from time to time. They have like a pretty, like I also want this system. I don't want to take it off. There's a lot of spam that goes through the contact form just from random companies. So I have a lot of spam protection. It might have gone to a spam folder. I've noticed that some emails, if it's like a weird, I'm not saying that your email's weird, but like if it's an email that it thinks might be spam, it just flags it and auto puts it in there. But that spam folder is filled to the brim with spam. So if you don't mind, I'm so sorry that it didn't go through. Envoy just sent out for delivery. Let's go. The pigeons are still on my. Oh my god, dude! They pooped on the railing. God damn it! Go bark on them. They've all summer. They've never been up here. This is the first time I'm seeing them up here. Now you have to catch them? I know, unfortunate. Very unfortunate that this had to happen to us. Just making sure all our stabs are put in nice. We have one last stab. Pigeons aren't feral and can be domesticated. if I'd want a pigeon for a pet. Poop back to a Oh, true. Dude, my neighbor across the street feeds pigeons, literally dozens of them. Yeah. You know, a lot of people do that here too. They'll feed the pigeons, and then the pigeons like hang out in certain areas, and like they're kind of menacing, you know? Pigeons are kind of low-key menacing. What kind of board is... Dude, it's chonky, right? It's a thick board. It's thick. Alex, have your face as the screen and keyboard as the top corner? Oh, you mean just like switch it around completely? But I feel like that's this scene. Isn't it technically this scene? That's technically how this scene is. Right? It's the same thing. Yes, but bigger? Huh? Bigger. What the hell? I don't want to make it bigger than this. Too much chat, not enough Alex. Dude, somebody does... Oh, wait, we're doing there. Still waiting for my envoy to ship. I think I'm part of the last group of the pre-ordering. Oh, perhaps, yeah. Perhaps you are. The pre-order prices were really good. Just make sure these are all actuating. All right, cool. We're done this. Let's put all these guys back. I've tried using these little like stoppers. They help if the PCB has a little bit of a curve to it, but it's still nice to have though. Appreciate them putting it in the box. Alrighty. FO4 plates. Now, my question is, how does this Bluetooth, oh, it plugs in there. So, if you guys don't know, we were talking about this earlier. This is a Bluetooth board, but it's all aluminum. And they actually put the antenna on the plate. Not a bad little idea. I hope this doesn't interfere with anything, but, you know, pretty interesting idea. So let's do this. Let's just stick these guys in. This plate is a little tight though. Gotta admit, I don't think we're gonna be able to do this plate. I will tell them that this plate isn't fitting the stabs very nice. No, I'm not gonna put pressure onto this. I'll just use this plate. This plate works fine. This I don't understand. Like, this does not allow much clearance at all. It's way too... I would just open up the hole a little bit bigger, but it's fine. Are these for plate mount? Am I just stupid? Oh, these are for plate mount. You guys are right. So they don't give you an option? How would you put plate mount stabs on this? Plate mount in 2023? I have not, I'll be honest, I've used plate mount twice ever in my entire life. I just never use plate mount. I'll still mention it to them. And then this gets plugged into this, which I've never plugged in something like this before. Does it just snap into place? The designer just likes to meme you? I guess so. Hey, Feather, what's going on? Feather, did this just snap on? So nice.
I loaf you, Alex.
You loaf me? I loaf you more. Oh yeah, there it's on now. Interesting. Very, very interesting. I wonder how this board's gonna sound. You know, this actually might be a pretty good combination with the Geon switches. Very, very interesting. I think I might need a plate fork though. I think I definitely want to grab myself a plate fork. Yeah, one sec. I'm gonna get a plate fork because I don't know how you guys do it. Some people say they've never needed to use a plate fork. I was reading like a little sub forum. What was it, yesterday? People were talking about plate forks, I think in the mode Discord. I think someone mentioned they've never used one and never needed one. Man, You're a much better builder than I am. I think plate forks are amazing. Yeah, it just makes the whole process, even on like alu and stuff, just way more streamlined. Perhaps they put in the switches in the plate first. I'm not sure. Oh, maybe. Damn, I hate doing that though. I know some people say they like putting in switches like in middle rows and then all that, but to me, I've never really found that to be a necessity. What kind of bread would Alex Otis be? High fiber. That's all I've been eating lately is high fiber bread. When I am going for bread, I'm doing high fiber stuff. Because fiber is very good for you. Honey buns? Oh man. Don't make me sad with that right now. Do you guys know they're honey buns, I believe. But I have not seen them in stores in forever. And it's been so long since I've had one. I think they were like a little, like a gas station treat or something, but I've never seen them. I haven't seen them in forever. A brioche? Brioche is good. Good for burgers and stuff. All right. The PCB does have one option of the caps being stepped or regular, which is kind of nice, I guess. Still would like to see a little bit more options with this PCB. Surprised I didn't see a solderable version on the IC. I think I would prefer a solderable version personally, but hot swap's never a bad thing. Can you find a sticky pad? Wait, can you fit a sticky pad on this? Oh, like a note? Yeah, you probably could. It might actually, a small one. Perhaps a small one. Wish they would use the same screws everywhere. Or say which go where in the guide? For the Envoy? Oh, for the weights? Oh, I mean that's... Yeah, I guess that could be considered a small grievance with the build. I usually nitpick on those for some builds. Sometimes it's just whatever, but I've been nitpicking about same size screws forever now. And I feel like not a lot of brands do it, so I've just kind of given up with trying to push that agenda. A dry erase marker to do a to-do list? That'd be kind of funny. That would be interesting. You can definitely sticker bomb this for sure. But meaning to ask, there was a new notebook you talked about a while ago. Yes, I'm actually still using it. Hold on, I have two of them. Let me show you. It's right here. This is an older page for it. The new page. I don't know why I kept this particular page. Oh yeah, I was doing photography with this one. I use this guy. It's the Sidekick from Cortex brand. It's kind of nice because like it sits right in front of my keyboard, and then I can just like tear off pages as I need. But yeah, this is the one I've actually been using quite a lot. Like a butt ton. This is my organizer now. I tried using regular books and stuff, but I never get into them. This is the only one I actually get into. It's been handy, I'll tell you that much. On days where I'm really struggling mentally, like I really can't like, how can I word this? On days where I can't focus, writing down things is perfect for me. It really helps ground like my thinking, or slows down my brain in a way too, but in regards to the Envoy, any tips on screwing on the innards of the board? I've seen many people have issues with it, getting weird inconsistencies. My tip for you guys, 2 or 3 screws on each side. But that's only for the aluminum one. On the brass or copper or anything with a heavier weight, you can just screw it in like normal until it stops. just until you feel resistance. On the all aluminum, I find going 1 or 2 like total turns less than you're supposed to is perfect. Some people, though, actually have not been screwing it in at all, which I'm not going to lie, I did that for a while. And I kind of preferred that in terms of sound signature, and also made the board super flexy. But if you are one, I pick up my board a lot for streaming purposes, so I just don't do that. But if you're one to pick up your board a lot or move it around, you probably still want to screw it in. But yeah, I think it's like 3 or 4 total screws, 3 or 4 total turns. Just enough to the point where it sits nicely inside the keyboard and doesn't have any sound or inconsistency issues. But again, I think that's only limited to the all aluminum Envoy. And you can screw it in all the way with the all aluminum. It just sounds like, your typical little bit of resonance, a little bit of metallic-y noises. Yes, that's the stone one. Mine's the stone one. Oh, are you talking about, is it made out of stone? Are you being funny, 25? Do you know how much shipping is for your merch store to the US? Oh, that's Spring Tea. They're based in the US, so Spring Tea would tell you all the quotes there. I might actually take that down pretty soon, by the way, guys. If you guys were interested in that. I want to do some new stuff in the future. What IEM do I use? Campfire Andromedas. But Jish, let me know how you like the book. I really like it. It's a cool looking desk pad. Dude, right? I've been really enjoying it. It's like it's just different. It feels like totally fresh. Alrighty. That's that. Easy peasy. Let's move some stuff out of the way. Orange shorts confirmed. It is that's the next thing. I don't know when that's going to be. That's like way off still, but it's the next thing I'm going to be like really looking into. What an early morning Alex stream. Hey, Teja, are you going to be streaming? Are we going to get an early morning Teja stream? Yes, sir. What time? Should we raid into you? So I think I'm only going to be doing like another 40 minutes, hour. Oh, not anytime soon? Boo. It's too early for Mr. Teja. Maybe in 2 to 3 hours? Okay. Just so you guys know, Mr. Teja's streaming in 2 to 3 hours. Just so everyone's aware. Good old Mr. Teja. Cut him some slack. He's a new streamer. Man, that has been the Teja running thing. New streamer Teja. I want to be at Teja's first stream. Teja's stream back in the day was so different. Like just visually, not really Teja himself. Visually, so different. Still has to build up a schedule. Oh gosh. Do you miss your old stream room, Teja? Teja streams into Alex's stream tonight? Hell no. Would you say that your latest stream area is your favorite stream area? I'm not gonna lie, I think I preferred the layout of my old one, but I just like the brightness of this one a little bit more too. Oh, actually, let me just put these back in the bag too. Will the board become opening for GB? Apparently it's opening the 15th, according to Frether. This board should be opening around then. This board's really interesting. I feel like this desk pad might be taking away from this board too, but like, it's so cool. I'm into it. My stream lighting is so ass, it's not even fair. I'll be honest, this isn't my favorite stream lighting. I preferred my old one, but it's all I can do in this room. There's nowhere else I can put this light, like period. And then if I stream during the day, it's very bright in here, but then at night, it gets super dark. Low-key, this one feels a lot more professional and clean in my opinion. Yeah, a lot of people have said that. A lot of people have told me they prefer the brighter room for the streams, which is totally fair. I also can agree with that too. Wow, Torx with this. Let's go. It's always a nice treat seeing Torx screws. I'm also just a fan of minimalistic and white/gray. I've been so into like concrete and stone lately too. So I'm not gonna tell you guys what I'm gonna be doing with it, but I'll tell you part of what I'm gonna be doing. Basically, I have this really cool cement. I don't know if it's actual full concrete cement, but it's a really cool cement slab like box that I ordered that should be coming in next week. And I'm going to do a whole photo series with this idea, this thing that I have in mind. So expect some pretty cool shots for that. Is it just one light to the side? Yeah, I use one light to the side, and then this is not real. This is a projector, this background light over here. So this is a projector. It's a gobo that I'm using to get this effect. So some days you might notice I use different windows just because it's a projector. Concrete and stone so nut, agree. What the hell, Zodo? Huh? What the? Alright, so now I have to figure out a game plan to plug in all this stuff. So should I plug in this first? Or should I plug in this first? I need a game plan here. I think let's plug in this first and see how it goes. Ooh, this is actually kind of a toughie to push in here. Maybe I have to remove this switch first. Let's do that first. What is it, this switch? We'll see how this is build install wise. All right, that's in. Then let's put this in here. Some of the sleeves are kind of slipping. Let's put our sleeves back in the right spots. All right. The tenant is supposed to arrive on Monday. I'm very pumped. Thank you. Oh, quality. It's already built. If you're going to desolder it, or actually, I don't remember. Was the tenant... Was that a hot swap PCB? I don't remember now. I don't even remember what switches it has inside of it. I think it has KTT switches inside of it, quality. But Nixie's would probably be really cool for it. We're talking about the prize board, right, quality? The prize winner TKL, like yours, that you won from me? Yeah, it's already built. You don't have to worry about buying anything. There's only like 2 or 3 builds that in that little pile of things. Should I have done this different? Like, should I have put this in the top? I don't know. You know what? Let's just do this. Yeah, you know what? Hold on. Let me do this different. Let's do it like this before situating it the other way around. There we go. Perfect. And then I guess we'll just flip it like this. I'm gonna realign things really quick. All right, not awful. Not the most, I guess, fluid build experience, but not awful. Oh man, do I have to clip switches or remove them for this? This is why I don't like this hidden screw style design thing ever. Don't love it. Slip that in like that. Perfect. Should be good to go now. All right. That's one way to get around it, but then now this particular palm plate slips over here. Yeah, I'll say it. I don't really love the build experience for this right now. Okay. Should be good. The girth of that thing is kind of girthy, huh? All right, let's screw this guy back into place now. Everything should be put in here. We'll see if we need more foam or anything for this, but no way. Okay. We actually do need to clip the switches. The screw is actually too big. What if I really force it down? Okay. I can sort of force it through. I would suggest to them okay, you can sort of force it through. I don't love the screwless type of design where it requires you to like, not requires you, but it becomes a little bit of a hassle to have switches in the way. Don't love it, but you know what? It's not the end of the world. It just kind of takes away from some of the build experience, in my opinion. So it's not a bad thing, just not my favorite thing in the world. Yeah, there are definitely good screwless designs. There are definitely better ones. I think the Duality had a really interesting take on how they were doing that. I really hope this doesn't sound too hollow either, because there's no weight in this. This is kind of cool. Hey, what do you guys think? That's kind of cool so far. I'm vibing. Cookies and cream. I'm kind of thinking maybe we do black on white. Hey, what if we do hold on, let me think. What can we use? Let's put redacted on it, yeah? Let's do redacted. I think redacted on this might be really cool. Did you see the game Twitch announcement? Bartu, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna hit you with the timeout because I don't know if that link kind of seems sus to me right now. It's your first time chatting here, so I'm gonna hit you with that timeout just because I'm not too sure what the hell that was. New scam? Is it? It's a little sus, you know? Is it actually a new scam, guys? Don't go to that link. This is looking nice. Damn. These switches feel great. I might have to grab more of these Gion Hamu switches. Like, these are crispy. That's a huge knob. I took one for the team and clicked it. What was it, Rusty? Interesting. Don't, guys, don't click any links, okay? If someone posts a link here that's not a regular, then I would be sus. I'm vibing with this set on this. This looks nice. I like this. But I've always been a big fan of Redacted, so I think you can still buy Redacted. I think there's still copies of this on Omni. Meh? No, I like it. I think this looks nice, Tessa. Again, I've always been a low-key fan of this. I would def have this in my collection. It's a cool board. It's starting to look super cool with all the keycaps on it too. I need to grab the full shift from this. This board is, oh, with the less but better keycap set would be sick. No, you're right about that. I don't have that set. That would look nice. It is kind of like the beak, but you know what? Not for nothing. I don't hate the beak at all. I thought the beak was really cool. But I kind of like this better than the beak. All right, well, absolute slaps in this board. While I'm into this, let me tune up the stabs a little bit. I can hear a little bit of rattle. I'm not sure how this will sound. I think I would have preferred a firmer plate for this personally, but you know what? We'll work with what we have today. I hope that they give us some plate options if people are interested in this board. So to give you guys another breakdown, this is Bluetooth. This is also, actually I don't even know how to activate the Bluetooth on this. That would have been nice to know. I don't think I saw it somewhere on the PCB. Maybe I can ask Frether. It's $300. Bluetooth, has a 400 milliamp battery. Super minimal. Doesn't have a weight, but it does have this badge on the bottom if you guys give a shit about that. It does say Aquila over here on the front, which is engraved, and it's not too intrusive, which I'm totally fine with. For $300, I am not terribly pissed off about that. I think this is a cool project. And for the $300 price point for what you get in the box, actually, this doesn't even sound too bad. Color options is a good question. Looks like black and white maybe, that's it. Let me double check. I don't think I saw any other ones. I think it's just black and white. I don't want to be that guy, but I don't think this counts as minimal. That's why I've been avoiding saying minimal, because the bottom does not scream minimal to me at all. I think I said yesterday it was like minimal, but I was like, well, not really. Dude, I've been sneezing all day long today. Okay. The group buy is August 15th, and I think it runs for about a month. There's RGB on this too, I guess per key. Let's see if I plugged it all in nicely. All right, there's RGB on this. I probably want to turn that off. Damn, I actually really like these switches. Or all the, you know, I don't know. You know, I think is Frether here? Frether, do you know what colors are going to be available for this? Not gonna lie, there's not much info on the IC page here. It looks like all the bottoms are purple. I have no idea. You can turn the RGB off. I just need to figure out which. One sec. Okay. Feather is running this via Key Spenceri. So they're the folks who sent this out for us to take a look at today. I don't know how to activate the Bluetooth. I will. I just need to figure out what button it is to activate it. And maybe Feather can tell me that too. But I can try the Bluetooth for you guys. See how well that works. Yeah, I just don't know how. Was it in that little book thing that was given to us? Or did I already throw that away somewhere? This thing. Let me see. Let me see if it tells us how. Oh, I can't read this. Oh, there is a something over here. Oop. Underneath this key. Ah, right there. Okay. Right there, there's an on and off switch. Okay, on. I also don't know if the battery's charged. So it is on right now. Okay, so then let's take this off for now. Let's see. Let's go to Bluetooth. Actually, let's plug in this keyboard for a second. Oh, that's not Bluetooth. That is something. Okay, guys, I'm not even positive this battery is fully charged. I'm assuming it wants us to... Here, let me try something really quick, guys. See, maybe make sure this key works over here. Maybe I just didn't plug it in right. L is for the RGB. Okay, so this, it is working. But I need to Bluetooth. Bear with me, everybody. Connect. It does recognize the device. All right. It's connected. Now, I think the battery... I didn't plug in the battery. I did not plug it in. That's right. I had to plug it in, right? Chill, guys. Chill. We'll plug it in right now. We'll plug it in. Whoopsie daisy. After all the struggles of me putting this in. Gotta figure out which one's which here in the top. I think that's it. Oh, and there's this one here. But there's an LED on the top knob. Well, I plugged it in. But I'm pretty positive I didn't plug in the... I think I forgot to. Here, we'll unscrew it all right now, real quick. See, I did not plug it in. I remember mentally saying, plug it in, Alex, but I didn't plug it in. Easy fix. Hey, guys, look. I'll type in something to you. I love cheese and you guys. Works fine. Nice. Cool. Bluetooth works on it. We forgive you. Thanks, guys. Oh shit, I didn't screw in the rest of these. Hold on. Let's close her all up, and then we'll test how this sounds and all that jazz. Does he love us more? I love you guys more. I like cheese, but I also like you guys more. I bought an Urskog for 180 euros earlier. Hey, that's not bad. Not gonna, no, you're breathtaking? Okay, dude, no, that's you. Come on. All right, let's put this all back together now. Man, I like having some of these, oh, that's not that. Is this? I think so. I'm not gonna lie, having a spare Bluetooth keyboard lying around is actually kind of nice. There are times where I feel like I need a good one at my disposal and I don't have one, so. Okay, let's see how this sounds. It is Bluetooth, so we can just move this over here. Let's move some stuff off the desk. Actually, you know what? Just for funsies, let's do this too. How's it look? Actually, you know what? Let's just see how it sounds with the desk pad, and then I'll take off the desk pad. All right, so this is the Aquila. It's a what they consider ultra minimal, ultra wide. So let's see how this sounds. We're using no foam. It does come with a bunch of foam, which you could use. We're using the palm plate and the Geon switches, which I have added a little bit more lube. Give you guys a little HJ test. So nice. Thank you, Feed. It is you know what, guys? This sounds exactly what I thought it was going to sound like. It's all aluminum. There's no weight. A little thinner than I'd personally like. However, if we wanted to, I don't think I'm gonna. We could potentially throw in a piece of foam on the bottom. We could. Twist the knob. Let's not unpause the music. Not bad. I think the mods are quite nice.
Yay.
Spacebar a little thin. It is super soft to type on though, so it does have that going for it. I think I would have preferred a bit more of an internal weight here. I would have actually preferred none of this embellishing on the bottom and maybe a proper weight on this to kind of bring it to life a bit more. Overall though, I don't mind this. For all aluminum, it's not terrible sounding. I think I could actually get used to this sound signature. But it's Bluetooth, and it looks cool. It almost looks like the board's floating, huh? Like when you look at it like this, it almost looks like it's floating. Almost. That's interesting. Ooh, it sounds better with no desk pad. Not using a desk pad tends to bring out some of the bassy sound signature too. That actually looks... Oh, look at the reflection of the purple with the sunlight. That's cool. Okay, sun, get out of here. Cool. There's a fire truck. Is it heavy? It's about 4 pounds, 4.5 pounds. Cool. I don't mind this. I feel like... Again, I feel like this needs to be stressed. Building the keyboard was not challenging. Had a few pieces where I feel like could be tuned up better. The visuals, I really like this. I think that perhaps I will go. I'm gonna try it like this for now for myself, and then perhaps maybe by the time tonight comes to, because I'll probably switch this to being foam and you guys can hear it tonight too. But overall, like, I'm not mad at the way this sounds. Not quite my preference. Although I love this without a desk pad though. Hear this, listen to this. And plus it's Bluetooth, so damn, these two sound great. Was there a mounting point underneath the spacebar? It kind of feels like there might have been, and you know what? Maybe I just clipped that off. Maybe we go in, maybe not today, but maybe I go in and do some like heavy modifications to this to make this more my style of typing, like sound wise. The bottom, yeah, here. I hope this doesn't send a whole bunch of random stuff because it is Bluetooth. Dremel time. Maybe we'll chop off some stuff. There's a mounting point underneath the spacebar. Yeah, I figured as much. It feels like it. This little thing over here, guys, there was glue that came like a wrapping paper and there was glue on it. So I'll just have to like grab some tissue or something and then just like some water and get rid of this glue. This is multicolored PVD, I believe. It's like a little badge that says Aquila on it. Yeah. Ultimately, I kind of like this project though. Like I'm not gonna sit here and like diss this up for what you get for $300. Like I kind of like this. Not every keyboard needs to sound like a Barry White eating walnuts. Yeah, like it's different. It's again, I use the word my style or like my preference of sound, but it doesn't sound bad. Like I don't think there's any characteristics that scream bad sound to me. So cool project. Very, very cool. Hey Slurpless, what's going on, dude? Yeah. I'm into this. I might use this today. I think this might be my board of choice today. Honestly. The side bezels are so wide it can be used. Oh yeah, you could draw some stuff on it. Like I feel like if you had a permanent marker and wanted to draw some shit on this, that might be really cool. Yeah, it's cool. I like this. It's different. It's not the same old thing we've been seeing. The internals, whatever. I don't think there's any standout points on the internals. But I will say, though, from a technical standpoint, the fact that they put the antenna on the plate is kind of genius. Because then you don't have to create some like weird port for the Bluetooth module. Having the antenna built on the plate and then you clip it in, kind of smart. Truly, kind of smart. And for anyone wondering, the Bluetooth on this, like I am noticing zero delay. It's completely, like I would assume this is plugged in. I don't know how this is gonna be for gaming. I don't think it's gonna be bad for gaming at all. But then also on the manual, I noticed that it looks like it can have what I'm assuming is 6 different Bluetooth connections. It has the RGB on it too, so if you really want it to RGB, you can switch it here. Oh, and then there's different modes of RGB here. I think. Oh, wrong button. Yeah, so you could technically get like really decked out in RGB here. Yeah, there's also a dongle for this too, which is somewhere over here that I put. Yeah, there's a dongle for this too, so you can go into 2.4 gigahertz mode too. Cool. Is this not VIA? Frether told me something about this. Frether said that this was... Is it VIA compatible? The VIA web file. Okay, there is a VIA web file, but you have to upload it to VIA right now. So you could technically put this into VIA too. Cool. Aren't most Bluetooth boards not compatible? For which one? VIA? I'm not too sure. I don't really mess around with my layouts much these days. I like this. I'm gonna use this. I'm actually gonna use this on my desk. This is a cool vibe. I like this. The more I look at it, the more I like it. I am going to turn off the RGB though. That I could care less about. All right though, guys. You have to plug them in if I remember correctly. I love the top so quirky. Yeah, it is nice. If the top, I kind of hope for colors. I don't know. I didn't see what Feather wrote, but I kind of hope they just go with like a silver bottom or something. I think the purple's a little bit out there. Kind of defeats the whole purpose of, I guess, this theme, but cool. The knob doesn't work for a Mac. I guess I have to change that. The knob doesn't affect volume at all, at least for what I'm doing right here, which is I'm using like a different, I use a multi-output for streaming. So I guess if I switch it back to normal headphones, it works for that, but you guys won't be able to hear it. Mr. Bullets, thank you so much for 37 months. God damn, dude. God damn, Mr. Bullets. If you guys don't know, Mr. Bullets is one of our sponsors. Love Mr. Bullets. Definitely check out Mr. Bullets' store. Colors available: E-white, Anno, purple and white. Oh, cool. Anno and red. E-pink? There's going to be a pink version? I wish I got to see the pink version. Okay. That's cool. All right, though, guys. Let's go see who we can go raid. We're going to call it for right now. I'm going to be back at 7 p.m.-ish. Yeah, about 7. Let's go raid Mr. Boomrazzle. I love Mr. Boomrazzle. 7 p.m. we're going to be doing another board. It's a full-size board. We'll hang out, we'll chill, we'll do some stuff. If you're free, please check your mailbox. Hope to hear from you soon. My mailbox? Oh, yes, it's my email. We'll do Cubic. I'll do that. I'll probably check all my emails tomorrow morning first thing, or maybe I'll just check yours like later on today. I'm going to do a few errands, come back. The pigeons are still on my balcony, so I'm going to go scare them off now. But love you guys. Blow us a kiss. Have a good one, guys. Enjoy Boomrazzle's stream. I love Boomrazzle. He's a good content creator. Him and Candy, I think, are playing stuff. Love you. Peace out, everyone. See you guys soon, and bye-bye.